No, you don't have to. Welcome back to LakePoint Sports. This is our game of the day from the May Slugfest. Birmingham Stars against East Cobb Astros. Cory McCartney joined by Grayson Rosen here in the studio. Grayson, man, good to have you in.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So, yeah, we're in scramble mode a little bit. Normally we get the graphic up, we get to do all this stuff, but the East Cobb Astros went ballistic offensively last game and pushed the schedule up, and now we got them against the Birmingham Stars getting things going a little bit earlier than we anticipated. So, but that's the nature of the beast with travel baseball, and we're seeing it all play out here on this Saturday in Georgia.
Yeah, we've started off a very eventful Saturday.
All right, so we're going to see how East Cobb Astros are going to line out here. We're going to have Price, center fielder, starting things out, followed by Oliver and Callaway, Davis, Lawson, Raby, Floyd, Smith, Hodge, and Jones. That's up there for the Stars. East Cobb Astros are going to see English lead off, followed by Bottoms and Akapov. So here is Davis on the mound for Birmingham Stars, facing off against English. Fires that one into right field for the first out. So English goes down, and here is Preston Bottoms, extra hitter. Preston, 6 foot, 150 pound, 2027, on his way to Kell High School. It's in for a strike. So you've been running around. You've been seeing all the early action in these games so far, Grayson. Anybody stood? I mean, you watched a homer and a triple lead things off there in an inning for East Cobb Astros. So obviously they're a team that I'm sure made an immediate impression.
Definitely, they're off to a hot start. I see these guys just about every week. Whenever they're up here, I always see a couple of stat leaders. Akapov, who's about to step up to the plate. He's been I think he's a 2-3 time maybe stolen base leader already this spring. So he's definitely got speed. I've seen him put up some power as well. So East Cobb, definitely a team that I've already seen doing some good work this morning. Georgia Jackets looks great. Saw a couple of good innings out of Culberson baseball as well. So a lot of good teams today.
Yeah, Andrew Akapov now up to bat. Andrew, junior feature games alumni from 2023, Mount Perrin 2028. This kid can fly, as you mentioned. We got him at 7.28 in the 60, but I feel like that's just not fair. I think he's probably a shade faster than that right now. But
I think so.
Those were the last showcase numbers that we had from him. But also gets in the mound, pumps it up around 85. So he is an absolute terror. So we'll see what he's able to do here in an 0-2 count, and he lines that one to short on the ground, out. Oh, gets away from the first baseman, so we're going to have a base runner. Errant throw gets off of his glove, and Andrew Akapov is going to be on first base looking to do some damage.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little off balance on that swing. Slowed him down a little bit down the base path.
So here comes Kyler Warsham. Kyler, Lakeway Christian School 2027, Tennessee. This is his 8th prep baseball event over the last 3 years. So these East Cobb Astros kids get down here quite a bit, and even one from Tennessee making his way down here to play pretty frequently. Shoots that one to shortstop. He's going to get another play at it. Makes the throw to first. Tag back. Gets him. Avoided the easy out at second base and made things a little bit more interesting to get the shot at first. But keeps the East Cobb Astros bats at bay. We're through half an inning here in the May Slugfest. We'll be right back from LakePoint Sports.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, and this. So you can get together for a little of that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Back with our game of the day action for the May Slugfest.
Sports,
Birmingham Stars against
along
East Cobb.
with
Grayson, Rosen. We're in the bottom of the first inning, being our game of the day between East Cobb Astros and the Birmingham Stars. I'm going to see the Birmingham Stars up to the plate now. Got Price starting off for them. Barrett Price, the center fielder. Going to be followed by Hudson Oliver. And then we'll see Callaway. Callaway's actually not listed on their roster, which is always a fun exercise in trying to figure out who the players are. But again, that's part of the process here when we're dealing with travel baseball tournaments, especially in the spring.
Yeah, we've run into quite a few issues where we just can't find a guy.
Yep. Kelby Barnett is on the mound for East Cobb Astros from Baylor School. Got some nice flow going. Shows bunt, and that one goes back foul. Kelby fastball around 81, works a changeup 63-67. Also had a curveball 68-71.
Yeah, he seems to be a staple in their rotation. I see him out there on the mound just about every weekend for them.
Misses on the 0-1 to Price. Barrett Price, Briarwood Christian High School 2028. Comes the 2-1. That pumps in for a strike. Comes the 2-2. That misses in on his hands. Mentioned to you, the seemingly former Braves players everywhere right now. Saw Nick Markakis chatting him up a little bit earlier, along with Charlie Culberson's here watching the Charlie Culberson baseball squad in action. So goes down on strikes. Kelby Barnett gets Price for K number 1, and here comes Oliver. Hudson Oliver, Gunnerville High School, Alabama, 2028. Outfitter and left-handed pitcher. So if you haven't already listened to it, Grayson hosts the Peach Fuzz podcast along with Hudson Graham and Ian Smith each and every week here, taking everybody inside high school baseball around the state of Georgia, and you guys will get a little bit more into the travel scene once the high school season wraps up. But this is a huge weekend, obviously, with the Final Four matchups. What I know they're excited about everything when it seemingly comes to high school baseball, but what matchups were Hudson and Ian really amped about this week?
So I know that Hudson is a huge fan of the 4A matchups. I think we had North Oconee and I'm blanking on the other team. And then Cherokee Bluff and Holy Innocents as well. That one's going down this weekend. All the Final Four games going starting up today, and then if they have any Game 3s, they'll play on Monday. There's a hit in the deep left into the corner.
Yeah, Oliver sends that one to the corner. He trips up, though, on the midway between first and second, but he's going to be at second base with a double. Yeah, all those games getting started today at 5 o'clock. North Oconee going for a third straight championship. I looked back, nobody's really done that since the early 80s. This is the last time a team in Georgia three-peated. So, but North Oconee on the doorsteps there, seemingly in the Final Four.
Yeah, and over in 5A right now, Pope makes their 9th straight Final Four.
Wow. Yeah,
Ridiculous.
and they lost a big piece of the puzzle for them too. Jack Myers, Georgia Southern signee, out for the season after having surgery. So that team just continues, though, as you mentioned, to just keep getting it done and get a good matchup there. They got Houston County, and then the other side of it, you've got Etowah and Blessed Trinity. So, yeah, we had Blessed Trinity and Etowah here earlier this season for the Georgia Dugout Club tournament, and then we had Houston County was here for the Battle of Bartow.
Yep.
I believe Pope was here for Georgia Dugout Club as well. Yeah, they're the odd man out when you think about all those other three schools are somewhat close together, and then Houston County's 2.5 hours away.
Yeah. Well, and then if you look at 7A, they're playing all over the state.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, though, that Truist Park is going to be used up. You know, that they're not going to be able to get there and utilize that for the championships like they had been.
Yeah, I believe the Padres are coming to town that week. And that's why they're not having any games there. But you'll be able to see it at Cool Ray down in Gwinnett, and then the Rome Emperor Stadium for, I believe, 3 through 5A, and then everybody else down in Statesboro at Georgia Southern.
All right, 1-2 is the count. One down in the inning. Got a runner at second base in the form of Hudson Oliver, who had the stand-up double. Comes the 1-2. Well, gonna give him times. Barnett glanced back and forth multiple times. Bit of an odd quick pitch there. Goes in on his hands and gets a strikeout. So K number 2 for Kelby Barnett.
Yeah, so far in this inning, he's done a really good job of just moving his pitches around the zone. He's not just hitting one spot with the fastball, one spot with the curve. Really hitting spots, which is very impressive for the 14Us.
Here's Nash Davis, which may be the coolest name of anybody in the entire tournament. Berry Creek, 2027.
Beautiful.
Throw down to third.
Oh, wow.
Colin he went off the missed the tag, so he is safe at third.
I thought he had him.
Yeah, it certainly looked like they had him down at third. Hudson Oliver was dead to rights, but he's going to be at third with 2 outs and chance for Nash Davis to cash in and put Birmingham Stars on the board here in the bottom of the first inning. Sends that offering foul. Pumps the 0-1 in for strike number 2. Kelby Barnett a pitch away from getting out of this with 3 strikeouts. Could be stranding a runner at third, but Nash Davis looking to get the Birmingham Stars on the board here in the bottom of the first.
Great pitch.
And he goes down on strikes. Kelby Barnett, 3 strikeouts, strands a runner. We're through 1. It's scoreless in the May Slugfest. We'll be back with more from LakePoint Sports.
Next. Next. Stop.
We got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one,
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Back with our game of the day action for the May Slugfest, Birmingham Stars against East Cobb Astros. I'm now joined by the owner and founder of Dbacks, Todd Green. Todd, man, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the time. A busy day for your team without question.
Absolutely. It's a gorgeous day. Glad to be here.
So let's talk about success in numbers. You guys, 16 guys drafted, more than 350 scholarships that you've helped players get. But take me inside the foundation of why it was important for you to start a program.
Well, the main reason why I started was from my son, my oldest son, who's now 26. When he was coming through, I had just got done with my playing career and didn't really understand the landscape of travel baseball at the time. So I started one team, and then it morphed into an older brother on my team. So we had an older team as well. And then it just kind of grew from there. People asking me to take on more teams and coach them and teach them how to play the game the right way. And it's really been enjoyable for me. It's how I got my coaching blood out, my competition blood out. I've stayed in the game. I'm still a special assistant to the GM for the Arizona Diamondbacks, but I wanted to be home. As a father, I miss enough of my older kids' events when I was playing, and I didn't want to go down the player development road in professional baseball, so I went into the scouting side. And so I got my coaching blood out through this academy, and I've enjoyed it. Yeah,
more than a quarter century in professional baseball, I think you're ultimately going to see a player through a different lens as somebody who, obviously from the scouting, but somebody who's been there and done that in, 11 years at the highest level. I know you want to see as many guys go through the Dbacks program and get as far as they can in the game, but how do you kind of approach player and person development? Because I think you're going to see those things differently as somebody who's been there.
Well, I think you can teach the life lessons through baseball. I really believe baseball is the best sport for that because there's so much failure in baseball, and learn how to handle that and persevere and be able to work through things is the way I've chosen to run my program. But it's not just the Dbacks players I enjoy seeing. I mean, I enjoy seeing all the teams, all the academies, specifically the ones who do things what I believe is the right way. Run their academies, but I'm not the guy who pulls for other kids and teams to fail. I hope they all do well, and so I just enjoy being around this many baseball players, whether they're wearing Dbacks uniforms or not, and it's just fun to watch them compete and grow because we need baseball fans, and hopefully one day they're going to grow up to have kids and coach their kids too. So I just enjoy all of it, all part of it. Of course, I like having them with D-back stuff on, but I don't root against any kid or team or organization to fail.
So you've got a couple teams in this event, national team, the red team. So Gavin, catcher, he's getting that exit velo into the 90s now. He's going to be on his way to Mount Pisgah. Tell me about what it's like to go through it with another kid.
It's fun. Gavin's our baby. He's the youngest of four, and we decided we were going to try to build him up a really good team to play for. We have kids from several different states on our scout team, which won't be able to get together until next weekend. So we kind of combine teams to make sure our players that are done with their school ball are actually getting their work in and competing. So it's been fun. And the kids always have fun. I mean, baseball is such a small community. All the kids know each other. So it hasn't been a big deal as far as coming together as a team to play as the Dbacks Red in this tournament. So it's been fun. And Gavin has been fun to see him grow and develop. He's gotten so much better the last 2 years. So I'm really proud of him and the work that he's put in. And it's easy to say, well, he's got me at home to work with him, but I assure you all of his work comes from him, and I never tell him no, but he's always asking to go do something, and I couldn't be more proud of him.
When you think about building a program, and not only from the on-field aspect of it, from the behind the scenes, I mean, the managers that you were around during your pro career, guys like Clint Hurdle, Buck Showalter, Joe Madden, Joe Torre, how did those guys kind of help shape what we see from you on the field now?
Well, I think you take my fabric is weaved with all of them, right? So I've learned good and bad from all of them, and so what you do as a baseball person, specifically a catcher, is you have to take all the information, apply it to who you are, the knowledge that you have. If I could have stayed healthy and got to play every day instead of just being a backup, I might not understand the game the way I do now. But being a backup catcher and in the dugout and watching and listening to coaches talk about stuff during the game is really how I learned the game. And as you said, I do see it a little different than most people just because I lived it, had a front row seat for a long time. And the Hall of Famers you mentioned that I've been around, it's the knowledge and the way you see things and the way you handle stuff in the game when they come up. It is with that, and still able to keep your heartbeat slow, right? So I was just fortunate to be around so many great baseball people, and just to add, two of the smartest baseball people I was ever around was Larry Boa and Don Zimmer. I mean, they weren't managers when I played. I had them as the bench coach and the third base coach, respectively. But those two guys saw the game different than any two people I've been around, and so. Learning from them and still being able to talk to Larry Boa every now and then when I get up to Philadelphia is a treat.
What is it about catchers and the ability to kind of see things? You think about, Joe Girardi, David Ross. It just seems like so many guys that were in that position, even talking to, Tyler Flowers here in Atlanta, they just seem to have a different take on things.
Well, you're kind of managing at the same time. So everybody thinks you just go back there and catch, you put down signs, and you block the ball and you throw the ball. There's just way more to it than that. Mm-hmm. So before I went into a game, I wanted to know who was live in my bullpen that night. So when I got to the fifth or sixth inning, I could start thinking along with my manager on if we have a left-handed reliever available or not versus where we're at in the lineup. How I called the game was based on what's the score, what's the inning, who's on deck, who's in the hole, all these type of things. So there's never just one thing. Like, I'm not just putting the fastball down and catching it. I'm thinking about the next pitch and the next hitter too. And so I think that's what separates catchers is you kind of have to manage the game as you go. And also the reason why so many catchers have been really good managers, some of the best ever, is because of the relationships you have to have with your players. If you have, back when I played, we only had 11 pitchers on the staff. Now they have 13, but that's 13 different relationships a catcher has to have, and they're all different.
Yep.
Right. So, and I think that translates into managing, where you're going to have 26 players on your team. Now you have to have a different relationship with all of them.
So you mentioned the managers making an impact on you and watching how they work. I mean, certainly you were around a number of Hall of Fame players as well. I mean, think about, guys like obviously Derek Jeter, even like Eddie Murray, Ricky Henderson. You could just so many of them. How do you kind of approach the younger players today when you're saying, this is how I saw these guys, reach this kind of a level? Do they seem to be a little bit more receptive to knowing, I've seen what it takes to perform at that level?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, baseball players today, like I grew up in the baseball card era, right? With baseball cards are making a comeback, right? But I was huge baseball. I still have my baseball cards from when I was a kid. So I was a fan of the game, not just a player. So I had the little helmets. Remember the little helmets?
Oh, yeah,
And I put them in, like if somebody went from first place to second place, I switched the helmets every day. I looked at the box scores every day. So that's how I grew up. And so I loved it. It's been in my body for the whole time. The game is different now than when I played, and that's okay. It's not my game anymore. It's their game, and some of the things that were a huge part of the way I played, they've taken out. For example, you can't break up double plays anymore. You can't run over catchers anymore. So those were huge team building things back then, and they're absent from the game now, which is fine. Again, I'm not the old bitter guy. It's not my game. So if these are the way they want to play, I'm all for it. These players today are bigger, stronger, and just as much talent as we ever had. So it's fun to watch, still be around, and hopefully have my son grow up and have a chance to do that.
Are you envious of those catchers that now they can't, they don't have to worry about those collisions anymore?
Well, as you may or may not know, but Prince Fielder ran me over in 2006, which pretty much I was able to finish that year, but it ended my career. And so I'm not bitter about that at all. It was part of the game. I ran over catchers too in my time as a base runner. So I would like to still see it in the game. I think it's part of it. I think it's big boy baseball, and when Buster Posey got hurt because Buster Posey put himself in a bad position.
Yep.
Right. That wasn't a dirty play at all. So Buster didn't protect himself. So either way, it's I can have it either way. I'm gonna love the game with or without it. I would prefer to see it still in the game though.
When you bring your kids out here for a weekend like this, I mean, what do you still get excited about each time that kind of never changes for you when you step onto a field?
Well, I think you see so much growth from 12 to 14 years old, and now these kids are 14 years old, and some are getting way better, and some are having to struggle to keep the level of play that they've had the last couple of years. I just like to see them change. I like to see the development of each kid and the way they grow up and mature. And that's why I poured into these kids, specifically with Gavin's team since they were 9 years old. And so the ones who no longer play with us, I still root for them and cheer for them because I poured into them too. And so I still have those attachments with them. So it's just fun seeing them compete. Of course, I want our teams to win, but it's not the if they win, it's the how they win. And so that's what we use to teach them is the how, right? So just watching them compete and learning from everything that happens in a game individually and as a team, and then we talk about it.
Got to know, being here in Braves country, did you walk around a little bit prouder with that D-back stuff on the last 6 months or so?
I did, and I'm a Georgia boy. I grew up in Augusta, and I've been a big Braves fan my whole life. So it's been fun to see the Braves come back these last 4 or 5 years and be really good, and then to have our team that we've worked hard to build and develop and invest in. Last year, have an unbelievable last 6 weeks of the season and run through the playoffs and just ran out of gas in the World Series. But it's nice to have the Diamondbacks and the Braves be good at the same time, and it's just a great baseball environment. My son, we watch the games every night, so it's been fun for us.
Well, best of luck to the Diamondbacks the rest of the way, and obviously your Diamondbacks as well. Todd, thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you very much. Pleasure being here.
Todd Green steps out, and now I'm going to be rejoined by Grayson Rosen. And you got some big shoes to step into there. The guy who caught the first pitch for George W. Bush after 9/11. So you're coming in here hot on this the heels of Todd Green here. But we're seeing East Cobb Astros and Birmingham Stars getting a really great pitching matchup right now. Just saw Kelby Barnett spend another impressive inning. So. I think when you look at these teams, I mean, we knew that these were gonna be two talented squads going against each other, and through 2 in the third, we're seeing exactly that between these Cobb Astros and Birmingham Stars.
Yeah, definitely. Nash Davis looks great on the mound for Birmingham right now. He's only thrown 19 pitches through 2 innings, and he's already got 2 strikeouts. He's killing it right now, sitting in the low 80s with the fastball. Looks good.
Yeah, so far in this game, we've just seen 1 hit, and that's from the Birmingham Stars. So East Cobb Astros searching for that first, and see what they're going to be able to do here. Is they're going to have Bass, Hudson, and Hillard hitting here in the top of the 3rd inning.
It seems like East Cobb wants to get their day over with already.
Yeah, they're flying through this game because we started 15 minutes early. So to take everybody a little bit behind things, we kind of set the parameters of how we're going to approach a broadcast. We get these pregame elements. We're going to do all this stuff. And then they decide they're going to start a game 15 minutes early, and all of a sudden everything you think you're going to do goes out the window, and now you're scrambling your way through a broadcast. But that's how we do it here at LakePoint Sports, where we get the job done.
Yeah, and the color commentator just got off a flight.
That's right. Yeah, Avery Hunt coming back from Utah, so we'll see if he's able to make it in here. But he's, you're doing your thing. We had Todd Green in here, so Avery, if you're watching, if you happen to, I'm not sure if you're driving, don't watch it. But if you're in an Uber or somebody else is driving you, hopefully you like what you're seeing, and maybe we'll see you up here before this thing is up on your way back from your trip. But still scoreless here in the top of the 3rd, and These Cobb Astros searching for that hit number 1 here against Nash Davis. That's in for a strike. And Davis has we had him at the fastball around 73, but you can already see, I mean, he's into the low 80s now.
Yeah.
Able to work in that curveball and change as well.
He seems to have really good extension going down the mound. He's got kind of an effortless throwing motion that looks great, and if it's producing low 80s, he's looking good.
So he is going against Bass, Ryder Bass from Hillgrove High School, 2027. Third baseman and right-handed pitcher. Talk about a guy with a lot of prep baseball events under his belt. This is the 11th prep baseball event for Ryder Bass. Davis steps down off the mound. I don't know if there was a ball on the field from another game. It's one of the things that always seems to happen here. Swing and a miss. Davis gets Bass down on strikes for out number 1.
Strikeout number 3 for Davis. Making quick work, like we said. He's doing a great job.
And here's Brody Hudson, another Baylor school player on this East Cobb Astros squad. There's a nice curveball, 69.4 on the radar gun. Seen him change speed, change eye levels. See what he does with the 1-0. Skies that one. Davis calls him off, going to make the catch himself.
Great work so far from Davis. Throws him the curveball and then gets him on the hands with the fastball. Makes him pop out.
So he's got 2 down on the strikeout and the pop out. Now we'll see Hunter Dillard, East Paulding. Hunter was a 2023 Junior Future Games player here in Georgia. Spikes that. Hunter's the 27th ranked outfielder in Georgia in 2027, number 88 overall in the class. Misses high. Yeah, that Junior Future game is going to be a little bit different this year because we won't have the 13-year-old group because they're adding the 17-year-olds. So that age group that Hunter was in last year won't be represented as that's in for a strike. The 3-1, he's swinging, fires that one in a shallow center. First hit for East Cobb Astros with 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. So nice job by Hunter Dillard firing that one into shallow right for the base hit.
Yeah, that's a great piece of hitting. Really patient, got himself all the way to 3-0, ended up taking a strike high in the zone, and then found his pitch, got a hit. And it looks like we're seeing a pitching change. Nash Davis already leaving the game, only gave up his first hit.
The margin for error apparently for the Birmingham Stars, what they expect from their pitchers is razor thin. You give up a hit, you're out.
Yeah, only got to 31 pitches, so maybe they're trying to see him tomorrow.
Could be. It was looked awfully strong. We'll see who's going to step in here for Davis on the mound. Not listed on the roster numerically anyway, number 54. So we will wait for Game Changer to tell us who's going to be pitching. Have an equipment change here for our new starting pitcher.
While we're waiting on this, I'd like to get your opinion on something that I saw kind of around the park today. I think I saw 2 or 3 different catchers using PitchCom. 14U baseball using PitchCom. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
I think
so
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I talked last week with Colin Thackeray from SBA Bolts about this because he said that they're trying to get their catchers even at 13 years old to be able to be comfortable calling a game. We had the National Academies Association tournament here last year, and that was the first time that I had seen anybody from outside of the college or pro ranks using it. And then earlier this spring, I saw the Kennesaw Generals using it.
Yep.
And so now it just seems like there's so many more squads that are using that. I get the reasons for it, but I also feel like you're stopping these young catchers from being able to learn how to call a game and learn how to understand what's working for a pitcher that day and being able to read a batter. I think it's kind of taken away some of that ability of a catcher to kind of understand the game from that end.
Yeah, I agree. Like I see it for the MLB and the college standpoint. These guys have been behind the plate for a number of years. They know what they're doing. They know their pitchers, and that's more just a matter of you don't want your sign stolen by a guy on second base.
Sure.
More than anything, but I think. I guess I understand the reasoning in 14U because you're typically going to go for more basic signal calling from your catchers. And so when it comes to having a runner out there at second base, he could be tipping off his hitter. But I just kind of think it's a little too much for these guys to focus on. I think they should be more focused on kind of growing as players, growing as a catcher. It's so hard because you have to kind of know the pitcher better than the pitcher. Because you're calling the game for him. So I think it's an interesting thing to see out here.
So now on the mound is going to be Callaway. That's who's number 54 on the roster, Callaway. And he's actually not listed on the prep baseball roster that they had submitted for the tournament. So see if we can get any more information off Game Changer.
So the name I'm seeing is Colton Glass.
Yeah, the Birmingham Stars Game Changer has Callaway on the mound.
Okay.
Rips that one into left field. So Nails gets that down for a base hit. Runner's taken off for third, so we're going to have him on second and third as Nails scoots into second base with a 2-out double. Nice job by Isaiah Nails to get East Cobb Astros in scoring position. Just absolutely jumped on the first offering from Callaway. Two down, washes that in for a strike. So now we're back to the top of the order for East Cobb Astros, and here's Rhett English, Glenwood High School, Alabama, 2028, 6 foot, 170-pound righty. Going to get East Cobb Astros on the board.
So I know we were just talking about this PitchCom thing, and I just realized that the catcher right now for Birmingham Stars is wearing an Apple Watch and looking to it between each pitch.
That's a wrinkle I've not seen yet.
Yeah, me neither. I noticed it when the sun shined off of it and blinded me here in the studio.
Wow, I'm really surprised by this. This is something I didn't expect we were going to see. Was a catcher using an Apple Watch to get signs relayed in, or he's just got a notification that something just shipped from Amazon.
Maybe, or it probably got delayed.
Probably did, yeah.
Happened.
Seemingly, what's happening anymore.
I wonder if they have some kind of like app or something for the Apple Watch for like PitchCom. That would be very interesting.
Unless he's literally texting him with the.
That would be crazy.
Curveball.
Yeah, that's.
And he's looking back to the watch,
Yeah.
going down, taking the signal.
I've never seen that before.
Dribbler to third baseman, cuts it off. fires, not in time. Oh, they are going to give it to him. Look like a close play at first. They do get the out, do deny East Cobb Astros the run. So we are scoreless. We roll along here in the May Slugfest. Got a good one brewing for you. We'll be back with more from LakePoint Sports.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Back with our game of the day action for the May Slugfest. We are rolling along in our game of the day for the May Slugfest. East Cobb Astros and Birmingham Stars are scoreless, and we head to the bottom of the third. Cory McCartney along with Grayson Rosen, and going to see a continuation here of Kelby Barnett on the mound for East Cobb Astros, and Grayson, he's looked fantastic so far. Couple innings pitched, obviously at this point, 3 strikeouts. He's thrown 31 pitches, 20 of them for strikes. Just continues to keep these Birmingham Stars bats at bay. Just allowed 1 hit so far as we hit at the bottom of the third.
Yeah, in the first inning, he struck out 3. He gave up his 1 hit, and then came out in the second inning, kind of let his fielders do the work for him. Interested to see what will happen here in the third.
That's in for a strike. He's now facing another player who is actually not listed on the Birmingham Stars roster that we were given ahead of the tournament. So he's got Hodge. Gets away from the catcher.
It seems like right now Barnett's got the best control on his off-speed pitches. The fastball just, I don't know, he can't place it right now.
Here's his 1-2. Sends that one foul. So we did have some additions to the roster. Must have been made late. Bryson Hodge. Bryson Hodge sends that one to third. Cuts across. Throw. Pulls him off the bag. He's going to be safe. So Bryson Hodge beats out the infield single. We don't have a 60 time on Bryson Hodge, but it's like he's obviously bringing some speed to the equation.
Definitely. That's a hard one to run out, especially with that third baseman getting all of his momentum going towards first base.
So he's going to give way to Taylor Jones. Taylor Jones, Spain Park High School, 2028. That gets away from the catcher. Hodge is going to coast into second. So we saw Grady Calloway from Birmingham Stars wiggle his way out of trouble in the top of the third, and we'll see what Kelby Barnett has in store as he's now got a runner in scoring position and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Shows bunt, pulls back, and that's in for a strike. Barnett's 1-1, steps off, keeping Hodge at second. Bit of a Kenley Jansen delivery where he takes that pause as he starts back and kind of almost all of his body weight kind of, it's almost like a momentary pause in how he when he starts the motion back.
Yeah, it seems like he's trying to make a shift forward, and obviously he's tried to turn on twice now. But, yeah, it seems like he does make that pause and then kind of starts his momentum shift back the other direction. That one gets in a little bit on the bunt attempt.
Yeah, very, very Kenley Jansen-esque. I guess the difference with Jansen was the glove went up.
Yes.
And the ball went down, but his is more back, but it's still, there's still a pause in Barnett's motion. So the 3-1 count. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Bryson Hodge at second base. Taylor Jones at the plate. Gets the bunt down the third baseline. Yeah, great bunt as Hodge skips into third, and Jones is going to make his way to first base. Great job there by Taylor Jones to get that bunt down third baseline where nobody could get to it. So now we're going to have runners at the corners with nobody out.
That's a textbook bunt right there. I know bunting has a bad stigma, but when it's a 0-0 game in the bottom of the third, and you're trying to get some runs scored, there was nothing better right there.
It's back to the top of the order, and here's Barrett Price, center fielder. Hudson Oliver in the on-deck circle. Hudson hitting his first at bat. That one gets through in the left field and scores a run. So Barrett Price comes through with an RBI single just out of the reach of the shortstop and into left field, and Birmingham Stars are on the board.
And that could be all of them. This has been a great pitching matchup thus far. So 1-0 might be the end of it.
We'll see if Kelby Barnett can get his mojo back. Still searching for the first out here in the bottom of the third. And here's Hudson Oliver. Oliver singled in his first at bat. Rips that one in the left field. Pulls the left fielder back. That's going to score one run. Another runner's coming into third. He's going to hold up. Hudson Oliver with an RBI double has Birmingham Stars with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third, and just absolutely ratcheted that nearly 90 mile an hour off the bat in the left field.
Yeah, it looks like they're picking up Barnett much better this second time through the order.
Here's Grady Callaway. Callaway, Davidson Academy, primarily a catcher. Which, I wonder if he went and took his Apple Watch off.
Maybe.
We saw an equipment change from Callaway before he stepped in relief of Nash Davis in the second inning. The third inning, excuse me. Two nothing's now the lead for Birmingham Stars. Rips that into right field.
Foul ball.
Foul ball. Cameras didn't follow the action on that. So, unfortunately, it doesn't count. Got to come back and continue the at-bat. If we can't see where the ball goes, it doesn't count.
Been seeing a lot of Jordan cleats on the field this year. It's become the most popular cleat.
Yeah, it certainly
option.
has.
You see that there at second base right now.
Yeah, Spencer Norman from TG Dbacks, I did an interview with him ahead of the game. He had on the Chicago red and whites with the black swoosh.
And it seems like we're only seeing ones. I'm hoping to see maybe some fours out there on the field coming up. They're a little bit bulkier, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, they make the 11s. I've seen the
Yeah.
11s as cleats. Yeah, the one's a little bit easier to come by.
Definitely.
Count's full. Reed Callaway's got 2 runners on, second and third. Birmingham Stars already have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. It's going to walk the bases loaded. Now here comes Nash Davis.
Got time called on the field.
Try to calm Barnett down here. He was rolling along, and then things just kind of got away from him here in this inning.
Yeah, coming into the inning, 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit. Now giving up 3 hits this inning, 2 runs. One of them earned on that double, and kind of doubled his pitch count.
Yeah, I mean, Birmingham Stars go single, 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 and then the double from Oliver, and then a walk, and they got 2 on the board and the bases loaded.
No outs.
And as you mentioned, Stars seem to be seeing Barnett so much better than they did the first couple innings. All 6'1", 150 pounds, and Nash Davis up there trying to add to this Birmingham Stars lead. Fires that foul. Is that the hyper ice bat that he's swinging?
I can't tell.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss in the breaking ball. Bat that's become a bit of a lightning rod, as it's been banned by some event organizers.
Yeah.
At least to drop 5.
Yeah, that high fire sells extremely well. I know that for sure.
Did I say hype ice?
I think you did.
Yeah.
Which they are coming out with the
Okay.
nice.
I'm ahead of
version
I'm just
soon.
ahead of myself.
I can't tell what bat that is. This is something I pride myself on. It might be an Atlas, the Louisville Slugger
Okay.
Atlas.
Here comes the 0-2. It's going to get away from him. All right, the 2-2 from Barnett. Davis skies that. Another foul. Seeing the pitch count climb up dramatically for Barnett here in this inning. It's now up to 55 pitches. Make it 2-2. Bases are loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Another miss.
Close one.
Now full count. Comes a payoff pitch. Davis shoots that foul. This is becoming a lengthy at bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This next pitch will be the 10th pitch of this at bat.
It's a big one.
Stress-filled pitches for Kelby Barnett. The bases loaded. Davis shoots that one into center field. Runner's going to tag up. Headed home with 1 run, but they get him trying to advance to third.
That's smart play right there from the center fielder. I love that.
Yeah, nice job getting the out at third and trading a run for it. Birmingham Stars up 3-0, but able to get that first out with the throw down from center to third.
A lot of guys want to play hero there and try and get the guy out at home. He plays a much safer play and gets a guy out at third, helps his team out, helps out his batter, and it's a double play.
So we've got 2 down, 3-0 lead for Birmingham Stars. Nolan Lawson's turn. Tries to frame it, but going to make it 2-0. Skies that one into center field. Another opportunity, catches it, gets out of the inning, but 3-0 is the lead for Birmingham Stars over East Cobb Astros. We'll be back with more. You are watching the May Slugfest from LakePoint Sports.
At Academy Sports and Outdoors, you'll always find more fun with great brands at the best prices. More of this, and this. So you can get together for a little of that, and a lot more of that. And even some of that, and that's good. Have more fun with great brands at the best prices. Only at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
We're through 3 innings in our game of the day from the May Slugfest. Cory McCartney along with Grayson Rosen. 3-0 is the lead for Birmingham Stars over East Cobb Astros. Grady Calloway going to continue on the mound for Birmingham Stars. Came in relief of Nash Davis and allowed 1 hit, but East Cobb Astros unable to capitalize. Meanwhile, they jumped all over Kelby Barnett in the 3rd inning and raced out to a 3-0 lead that takes us to this point in the juncture. And needed a response here from East Cobb Astros after, kind of watching a pitcher who was rolling along run into some trouble in the 3rd.
Yeah, and we're here now at the 2nd batter in the order. They're coming around this lineup again. You've got Bottoms here, and then you've got Akapov, and then kind of this middle of the lineup that has looked really good today in their games prior, but hasn't quite got anything going today or in this game.
Yeah, Preston Bottoms. Gonna get the opportunity next. Bottoms, 6 foot, 27 Kell. Shoots that one in right field on the run. It gets away from him. Bottoms going past second. On his way into third. Preston Bottoms leads things off, standing on third base for East Cobb Astros, and there's the response we were looking for from this East Cobb Astros lineup.
Just what you needed. And with a guy, just kind of this whole part of the order coming up now, and a runner on third, no outs, you're likely to score a run. I'm obviously not going to say it's going to happen, but there's no telling.
Now it's Andrew Akapov's turn to try to cash in and get East Cobb Astros on the board.
Seems like the pitcher's got something on his wrist that he was looking to for that call as well. Maybe just a play call or something.
.10. That one skips away. count is 2-0 to Akapov. Make it 3-0. It's going to be followed by Warsham and Milanowski.
Milanowski already got a home run today. Hit one in that first game of the day for East Cobb. So definitely look out for him on the mound, or if you're on the mound.
Yeah, a homer and a double last game, part of a 3 RBI day for him. Akapov went 2 for 2 in that 12-1 win over Maryville Athletics. Just an offensive showcase for East Cobb Astros. They had 12 runs on 13 hits. Meanwhile, they just allowed 4 hits. Skies that one into right field. We're going to see if Bottoms is going to tag up. He does. Easily going to be in for the first run. So you called it. East Cobb Astros cash in on that leadoff triple. Akapov with the sac fly RBI, and it's 3-1 here in the top of the 4th.
Got a little bit of redemption for the right fielder, though. Glad to see that.
Yeah, misplayed ball that allowed Bottoms to get to third. Bad read on a sky-high pop into right. Kyler Warsham, Lakeway Christian School, 2027. Lays off the high fastball. Avery Hunt and I have mentioned that towel in the back pocket is becoming seemingly more and more popular for players as well.
Definitely. Definitely is. Sometimes they'll have anything in their back pocket. You'll see, sliding mitt in the back pocket, or in one of them, you'll see a towel, batting glove, literally anything. I've seen a couple phones. It's a problem. Shouldn't be taking the phone on the field, especially if you're going to hit.
That's right.
You don't want to slide on your phone. I know your parents are not happy that your phone's in your back
Yeah,
pocket.
if you look on the LakePoint Sports social channels yesterday, Ivan Carvalho from SBA Bolts National, and that's in for a strike. You can call him back. Not so fast. Ivan Carvalho was mic'd up last Friday night, and he had a double for the SBA Bolts. It fell down in his way between first and second, and then realized the next half an inning that he had his phone in his back pocket the entire time.
Yeah, and it's a good thing he realized, because it started pouring rain.
Yeah,
later
that's
in that
right.
game.
Yeah, it got pretty nasty. He was caught out in the rain. And there's the walk. So 1 out walk.
That brings up Milanowski.
Harrison Milanowski, Houston. I say Houston because we're in Georgia, but it's probably Houston Academy, Alabama.
No clue. I would assume Houston. I haven't heard anybody except Houston County call it Houston.
I haven't either. So we're going to say Houston County, Houston Academy, Alabama.
Gotcha. Well, and even if you're looking at Battle for Bartow, we had a Houston from Tennessee come down for that.
Skies that one foul. Catcher's underneath it. Pulls him away.
Wow.
Able to make the catch. Great catch behind the plate by Jones. That ball's trailing back on him, back towards the field, and able to get underneath it for the out.
And for those at home, if you haven't caught a pop-up with a catcher's glove before, it is unbearable.
Here is Truett Stafford. Stafford 0 for 1, North Cobb Christian 2028. We were talking about GHSA state playoff matchups. North Cobb Christian's got one of their own later this afternoon, and maybe that's why East Cobb Astros were trying to get this game over with quickly, is so that Truett Stafford could go and watch North Cobb Christian as they try to make their way back to another state championship. Swan song for a number of great players on that North Cobb Christian team, I know. Jackson Ugly going to be wrapping up his career. Runner's taken off throw is right there. Hits the runner, though. Gets into center field. Put that exactly where it needed to be, but so Warsham's going to be standing on second base. Two-0 count to Stafford. In for a strike. Dribbler, first base, goes foul. So Grady Calloway continuing on the mound here for Birmingham Stars. Is primarily a catcher. Seen him pretty strong on the mound, though, in this relief effort in Ash Davis. It's a catcher that gets his pop time down to 194. Comes a 2-2. Shoots that foul. You see Stafford is going to be followed by Meisenheimer. Meisenheimer got in on the act in that offensive showcase last game with a triple. Had an RBI in that win over Maryville Athletics. And skips away.
Like to see a little bit of damage control here from Birmingham. You gave up the 1 run. You're making up for the 3, but hopefully they can get out of it here. 2-2 count, 2 outs.
Yeah, they scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and East Cobb Astros get 1 back. Looking to do a little bit more damage and cut into this lead. With Warsham on second base. Full count, though, to Stafford. Comes the payoff pitch from... Fires that one into center field. On the run. That one's going to drop in. Here comes a run. Warsham scores. Stafford drops that into center field for an RBI single, and it's now 3-2.
That was a great piece of hitting. Getting all the way down there. Lefty, ball fading away off to the righty batter's box. Still getting the ability to muscle it out into center field. It was a great piece of hitting.
So Max Missenheimer, 2028 Grace Christian Academy. Mentioned he had a triple in the last game, an RBI triple. That's in for a strike. This is Max's 13th prep baseball event over the past 3 years.
Wow.
I think he may spend more time here than some of the people that work at LakePoint Sports. That's taking off. Runner's going to be safe.
Just gets under the tag. Not a bad throw. Showing off some speed.
Yeah, Jones has done a nice job behind the plate. We saw, obviously, getting the tough read on that pop-up, and then a couple of good throws down to second base, just unable to get him in time for the tags. But he's been an impressive catcher behind the plate.
And he's given us a discussion topic with that Apple Watch.
That's right. Sends that foul.
So now I'm interested to see. I know I just brought it back up, that Apple Watch. I'm interested to see what that pitcher is looking at. Because it doesn't look like he's got like a play call sheet, but could have a turned around Apple Watch maybe.
Yeah, I didn't know you were able to have those on in general in tournaments, let alone on the mound.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of guys with the play call sheets in the wristband up on the mound, but definitely haven't seen Apple Watches.
We're spending quite a lot of time looking at it.
That's an Apple Watch.
Yeah. So the pitcher's wearing a Apple Watch as well.
So interesting.
Yeah, so Grady Callaway on the mound has one. Taylor Jones behind the plate has one. Sends that sky high into right field. Camp's underneath it for the out, but we've got a 3-2 ball game as we roll along into the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll be back with that as we return here from LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back to LakePoint Sports for our game of the day in the May Slugfest. Birmingham Stars and East Cobb Astros. 3-2 is the lead for Birmingham Stars. Cory McCartney along with Grayson, Rosen. And a little shout out, Linda Hudson on Facebook says that she's watching. So Linda, hope you're enjoying the broadcast. And so far we've seen a pretty exciting game. We thought we were going to have a pitching duel, and then the offenses broke out in the last inning and a half, and things are getting pretty interesting here.
Interesting to see Barnett come back out on the mound.
Yeah, I did not think we would see Kelby Barnett again. Some communications over here with the umpires and Birmingham Stars coach. Yeah, Barnett so far has thrown 3 innings, has allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 3 strikeouts along with a walk. He's thrown 62 pitches, 37 strikes. He's going to continue on here in the bottom of the 4th. Sends that foul. He's got Brody Raby from Ringgold, Georgia, the one lone Georgia player on this Birmingham Stars team. Sky high, second baseman gets that right in front of his right fielder. That one had some hang time on it. This is Tylen Floyd from Altamont, Alabama. Number of these players on the Birmingham Stars team were not who were initially on their roster. Looks like they were added just ahead of the tournament. So a lot of the pre-game work done here on these rosters for nothing. All right, sends that one. Oh, wow. Fantastic catch at second base. That may be the best catch seen all day. Just a great job by Warsham at second base, tracking that down. Man, what an athletic play to haul that in at second base.
Yeah, that's a tough one to make. It's a tough one just to see off the bat in general, and he made a great leap and pulled that one in.
Yes, I think he thought the ball was going to be over top of his head, but, man, I don't know how he was able to pull that down. But, man, what a fantastic catch by Warsham at second. That's in for a strike.
Looks like Barnett's settling in here in the 4th.
Maybe that's all he needed, was a bit of a jolt defensively behind him. We've got 2 down. Missed glove side. Tries to get the squeeze on that 1-1, but it's going to make it 2-1. That's high. 3-1.
Yeah, like I pointed out earlier, it seems like whenever he gets into a hole, he seems to go back to that off-speed pitch, and it seems like he's just most comfortable with it. But we'll see what he does here.
Spikes the 3-1, so we're going to have a 2-out walk. So Bryson Hodge got things going with that single in the 3rd inning. We saw the offensive eruption there for Birmingham Stars. He's got a runner on with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Strike in the corner. Seen a little bit more of a quicker delivery from Barnett this time.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to get in, get ready. Don't think too much about what's going on.
Seems to be taking away that delay, too, that he was showing earlier, even with the runner on. Dribbler back up the middle, just in a spot where nobody could get to it, and nice job from Bryson Hodge there with a 2-out single, and Birmingham Stars going to have runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 down.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Hodge to get down and get that ball.
So we go from Hodge to Taylor Jones. Been impressed with what we've seen behind the plate from Taylor Jones. See what he can do here with 2 down and 2 out. Jones is 1 for 1 on the day. Turns around, but nobody's home.
I think Barnett really wants this one. Don't want to see the top of the order again. That's what happened last time out. Try and get it done here. And he does
right
it
back
himself.
at him. Yeah, right back at him. Barnett throws the first and get out of it. Nice response there from Barnett in the East Cobb Astros. It's 3-2 as we move along in the 5th inning. You're watching the May Slugfest from LakePoint Sports.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
It's East Cobb Astros' turn here in the top of the 5th. They trail 3-2 over Birmingham Stars in our game of the day from the May Slugfest. Cory McCartney along with Grayson Rosen. We're going to have a pitching change for Birmingham Stars as we see Grady Calloway is now going to be out, and he's going to give way to Bentley Smith. Bentley Smith from Boaz, Alabama. 5'8", 150-pounder. He's got fastball around 78. He's got a curveball 63, 68, and a changeup 62 to 64.
Yeah, let's see if this East Cobb offense can help out their pitcher here. Barnett came back out after a little bit of a shaky third inning. Came out, shut him down in the fourth, top of the fifth. Got to get some runs on the board here. And, yeah, do your pitcher a solid here, guys.
It's Ryder Bass, who's 0 for 1. He's going to start things off. Pumps that in at 83.3. Right in on his shins. Bit of a hello to Bass. He fires that one into right field. That's going to go foul. Right fielder comes crashing into the fence. So Ryder Bass will be followed by, where are we at in the East Cobb Astros lineup? Or excuse me, not the East Cobb Astros lineup. I'm sorry, this is actually Champ Banks is stepping in for Bass here in the fifth. That's in at Banks. Actually hits him. So Banks is going to take first base. If you missed it on our LakePoint Sports social channels earlier this week, I had an interview post with Champ Banks. You see his dad, T, former Vanderbilt football player there behind the fence in the white sweatshirt. I'll take a second to see if Champ's okay. I was really impressed with the maturity of that kid, and he told me that him and his dad have a lot of conversations, you know, going to and from practice in the mornings, going to school, just talking about being mature and, you know, how you handle yourself and body language. And certainly his dad's, you know, played at extremely high level in Division I football and understands what it takes, the composure, you know, you need to show in yourself to how to handle yourself. And he's passing that along to his son, and so far so good. He's been playing really well this spring for East Cobb Astros.
Yeah, and with how youth baseball has just exploded recently and kind of the attention that's placed on these guys at such a young age, it's so important to kind of have an understanding of that.
Yep. Banks is quickly on second base with a 2-0 count. Brody Hudson. Back-to-back Tennessee players. East Cobb Astros shows bunt, almost like a slashing bunt. Yeah. Banks is going to be on first base. Throw to first in time for the out.
Very interesting. Kind of a swinging bunt there. Helped the ball get to the shortstop.
Well, Banks is standing at third. The tying run 90 feet away with one down here in the top of the fifth. And with Hudson down, here comes Dillard.
1 for 1 in this game already.
Seen 6 hits for Birmingham Stars, 4 for East Cobb Astros. Misses on the breaking ball. So a 1-0 count. He goes back, fastball, he does. Dillard shoots that one in the left field. That's going to be foul. Man, he got a hold of that.
Off the hands, too. Got it. Quite a bit of that one.
So it's now 1-1. Champ Banks standing at third base, representing the tying run. Nice pitch. Now 1-2.
You're really slowing it down there from Smith.
Dillard going to be followed by Nails. Then it's back at the top of the order. Right back at him.
Wow. What a play.
Yeah, what a double play as that ball goes right back to Smith on the mound, and then he doubles up Banks at third to strand a runner. Birmingham Stars continue to lead 3-2 as the sharp comebacker ends things in the fifth. We'll be back with more. This is the May Slugfest from LakePoint Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
Three-2 is the lead for Birmingham Stars over East Cobb Astros in our May Slugfest game of the day. Cory McCartney, Grayson, Rosen with you here in the bottom of the fifth. We've got a pitching change for East Cobb Astros. Cash Cawley stepping in for Kelby Barnett after 4 innings. Cawley, Mount Perrin 2028, 5'9", 150-pounder. See if he can continue the strong effort there that we saw the last half an inning for Barnett. After allowing 3 runs to Birmingham Stars, he bounced back with a strong fourth, and see what is in store for this fifth inning here. He's going to be facing off against Price, the top of the order for Birmingham Stars. So they're going to go with Barrett, Price, and then Hudson Oliver and Grady Calloway.
Yeah, Cash Cawley getting a real test here to start off his day. This top of the lineup did a great job second time through the order against Barnett. We'll see what they do here with this 1-run lead.
Yeah, Price 1 for 2. He's got an RBI along with a strikeout. Dribbler to short, catches, throws in time to Banks at first for the out. So quickly gets Price down, and here comes Hudson Oliver. Oliver is 2 for 2 with a double and a single. He's got an RBI. Going to make his play for player of the game. Now 2-0. Roughly 20 minutes left in this game, so time is not on East Cobb Astros' side here, but they got 1 down and a 3-0 count. That's what he does on 3-0. He's swinging on 3-0, and Hudson Oliver has a 3-hit day as he shoots that one into right field. Swinging on a 3-0 count. Nice job from Hudson Oliver there with a 1-out single.
Yeah, look, that means the coaches trust you. Getting the green light there on 3-0 and making it happen, getting something started for Birmingham. Just feeding the hot hand right there. Makes himself 3-3 or 3-4-3. 4 total bases already in this game.
Hudson Oliver working on that player of the game vibes. Shoots that foul, does Grady Calloway. O2 sends that foul. Grant some time. The 0-2 sends that foul. Here comes the 0-2 from Cory. That misses upstairs. See how aggressive Oliver's going to be at first base. Birmingham Stars searching for an insurance run. Oh, that one's skipping away, and Oliver's going to scoop towards second, make his way that much closer to third. That ball just absolutely got away from him.
Yeah, it looked like he might have just fell out of the side of his hand.
So now 2-2 count to Callaway. That's right down the pipe for a strikeout. Nice job. That's how you lull them. You throw the one back like that, and you make them think you're a little crazy, and then you pump it right down the middle. Nice job by Cory to get the rebound and get the strikeout.
Yeah, it's some classic misdirection right there.
That's right. So now 2 down. There's Nash Davis. Doesn't want to leave that runner in the form of Hudson Oliver stranded. Misses outside. Now throw back to second. Maybe high. So 2-0 count to Davis. You got Hudson Oliver on second base, 2 down, 3-2 lead for Birmingham Stars here in the bottom of the 5th. Cory fires. That's in towards Davis's hands.
See if he's got the green light. 3-0.
Maybe that's the magic elixir for Birmingham Stars in this inning. Saw Hudson Oliver take a 3-0 pitch and shoot it in right field for a single. He's going to walk his way down to first base, so runners at first and second. Catcher going out to have a word with Cory. It's Max Meisenheimer behind the plate. I think we're going to see a pitching change here for East Cobb Astros. That's going to be it for Cory. See who steps in on his place. So Dillard's going to come in as the relief pitcher. Hunter Dillard. Mentioned Hunter was a member of the 2023 Junior Future Games team for Georgia this past summer. Primarily an outfielder, top 30 outfielder in Georgia in 2027.
This is a 2027 class that has been a pretty hot topic on Peach Fuzz for us. I know Ian Smith definitely talked about it a lot, where we're going to see some first rounders possibly coming out of that class. It is a class that him and kind of everybody have become really high on. This 2026 and 2027 class in high school right now are killing it. It's all the top names that you'll find.
We're going to see all of them this summer here at LakePoint Sports. Is just kind of one of the most exciting things, right? It's like you go through the highs of the high school season, and everybody trying to chase that state championship. Then they come here, and it's almost like they all create like their own little version of the Avengers.
Yeah.
And they just come in here with all their, all their superpowered friends, and they're ready to try to rule things in these tournaments. And it's a blast, man. And it's kind of hard to put into words when you come here and see the level of players that we see each and every weekend throughout the summer. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball. Of course, that ratchets it up during National Program Invitational, I think, more so than anything. The future games is great because you got all these scouts here and these kids that are, working to try to solidify their baseball futures. But MPI is just the best of the best, rolling out here for 4 days, and it's a blast. That miss makes it 1-1. Nolan Lawson at the plate. Lawson skies that foul. Lawson, Oak Mountain, Alabama, 2027. Shoots that one into center field. Oh, excuse me. No, it's shading towards second base and able to get underneath it and get the out. So going to strand two runners. Birmingham Stars do, but they lead 3-2 over East Cobb Astros as we move along. This is the game of the day from the May Slugfest. We'll be back with more shortly.
Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf. Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
So on to the sixth inning, and this could be at time as the ticking away for East Cobb Astros. Roughly 11 minutes remaining in this game, the May Slugfest, our game of the day, Birmingham Stars and East Cobb Astros. 3-2, the lead for East Cobb Astros. Cory and McCartney along with Grayson, Rosen.
Yeah, another good inning of pitching out of East Cobb here. We had Cash Cawley, a little bit of a shaky start, but kind of got his things going. And then we saw Dillard come in, relieve him, and get out of it with 2 runners on. So hopefully East Cobb, and they're off to a good start getting a batter on.
Yeah, Bentley Smith hit Nails in the head right in the front of his helmet, so he's going to be standing at first base.
Yeah, East Cobb just got to help out the pitching here. Every time the pitching's done well, the hitting has kind of lacked, and then vice versa. So we got to see both of them put it together here for East Cobb if they want to bring this back.
Well, we've got the tying run, first base now. Former Nails, Red English, leadoff hitter at the plate. Rhett's 0 for 2. But looming in the on-deck circle is Preston Bottoms, who Bottoms had a triple in his last at-bat.
Scored the first run of the game for East Cobb.
Ingles with a dribbler to third. Cuts it off. The throw to first. Going to pull him wide on his way to third base.
Could be a costly mistake right there.
Yeah, just couldn't make that throw to first to get the out. We're going to have runners at the corners with nobody out, and here comes Preston Bottoms, who again last time hit that triple. He's got a chance to tie this thing up here in the top of the 6th.
If he wants to hit another triple, he'll take the lead.
That's right. Could be well timed if Bottoms can come through. Bottoms shoots that one in right field. He's going to score a run. Taking off for third base. He's going to be there, and Bottoms is going to be at first with an RBI single, and we're all notched up at 3-3.
That was a risky move going to third base there. Luckily, the throw was off a little bit for him, but East Cobb ties it up, and they're getting things rolling here. No outs yet, and Akopov comes up to the plate.
Yeah, Andrew Akopov. He's got nobody out, and runners at the corners. Preston Bottoms coming up, a triple and a RBI single.
He wants his say for a potential player of the game.
Yeah, making his play. So Bentley Smith still on the mound for Birmingham Stars. Got Andrew Akopov at the plate. And they're not going to give him a strike in the outside corner, so make it 1-0.
And Akopov responsible for that first run scored. He got the sac fly there, and look what he can do here. See if he can bring in another.
So you got Red English at third, Preston Bottoms at first. See if Bottoms takes off for second. Akopov sends that one into right field. He's on the run.
Great catch.
Makes the catch, but the run's going to score. And guess what? East Cobb Astros, they've now got a 4-3 lead as Andrew Akopov, the sacrifice RBI.
His second of the game.
So Andrew Akopov doesn't have the hits to show for it, but he's got a couple RBIs on his ledger. And East Cobb Astros, they have a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 6th.
Oh, pick off to first out of nowhere. Didn't get him.
Kyler Worsham, who had at second base one of the best plays I've seen in quite a long time with a leaping catch. Throw to second is...
Got him.
Oh, they got him at second. Looked like he was off the bag.
Yeah.
So Akopov gets him the run, but they're going to trade an out at batter later.
It looks like maybe he just slid a little bit too early, started popping up, didn't quite make it there.
Yeah, Preston Bottoms gets caught at second base, and now there's 2 down. But East Cobb Astros got a 4-3 lead. Maybe Preston Bottoms felt like nothing could go wrong for him at this point in time. And
maybe.
They get him at second base, and there's now 2 down. That's right down the middle for a strike. 1-1's count. Bentley Smith looks at his wrist for the sign. Pumps in another strike. Just throwing darts. Worsham is 0 for 1. Oh, it gets in the bite. Nice breaking ball. But East Cobb Astros, they've got a 4-3 lead, and we're going to have to play the bottom of the 6th inning here. This is our May Slugfest game of the day. We'll be back with more from LakePoint Sports.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
East Cobb Astros have taken a 4-3 lead here in our game of the day for the May Slugfest. Cory McCartney, Grayson, Rosen with you. See if Birmingham Stars can respond here in the bottom of the 6th. We've got a couple minutes remaining in this one, so it looks like this could be it. Birmingham Stars can come through and get this victory, but we've seen them look good offensively. They've kind of gone through a little bit of a lull. They go to a 3-0 lead, and East Cobb Astros have responded to take a 4-3 lead here in the 6th.
Yeah, once they got their second look at Barnett, they started putting some runs up, and then this East Cobb pitching staff's kind of settled in. Barnett came out, had an impressive 4th inning. He leaves the game. Cash Cawley comes in, and then Hunter Dillard comes in, cleans it up a little bit. They get out of the 5th. Now they're into the bottom of the 6th. Hunter Dillard stays up there, and we'll see what he can do here. It'll be impressive if Birmingham can pull something off.
6-3 Brody Raby going to start things off for Birmingham Stars. Raby's 0 for 1. That's in for a strike. Sky's the 0-1. Camera's not going to follow the action.
Looks like they got him.
But it looks like they got him, so 1 down. So we go from Raby to Bryson Hodge. Excuse me, Tylen Floyd, number 6. Altamont, Alabama, Bessemer, outfielder. Floyd's 0 for 2. And this makes it 2-1. Excuse me, 1-1. 1 down in the inning. These Cobb Astros took a 4-3 lead in the top of the 6th, and that hits Floyd.
Off the ground, and then hits him. Now we've got 3 straight batters here to close out the lineup, or the bottom of the lineup here. All of them gotten on base so far this game, so let's see if they can bring some fire here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, Bentley Smith, who we've seen on the mound the last couple innings for Birmingham Stars, is going to step up with a runner at first. Dillard trying to seal this victory for East Cobb Astros, one in which they trailed 3-0. That's in for a strike. Throw back over to first. He got him in a rundown. He's going to be in at second base as that one skips into left field. He's taking off for third. The throw is not in time. Nice heads-up base running there from Floyd. Man, he can absolutely scoot, and he's standing at third base with the tying run 90 feet away.
Yeah, that's a big-time play right there. Getting ahead of the pickoff and then making his way to third as well, showing off the wheels.
So Tylen Floyd is at third. Bentley Smith at the plate. The tying run 90 feet away for Birmingham Stars. A miss to make it 2-1. Has to be a frustrating moment for East Cobb. You get a guy, you think you're going to have somebody in a rundown, and all of a sudden you watch that ball scoot into the outfield, and next thing you know, he's standing at third base. Shoots that one into center field, and here comes Floyd. That ball gets away from the center fielder, and we've got a tie ball game, 4-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Nice job by Bentley Smith, just shooting that into center field, and Floyd skips across for that tying run. We're going to get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. I believe that's Grady Emerson coming over.
Yeah, Bentley Smith making his impact on this game. He's got 2 innings pitched. He's looked pretty good here on the mound, and then getting that hit to tie the ball game up.
Miss outside. Yeah, we saw Smith replace Callaway on the mound, and now he's replacing him the opposite way at first base as the courtesy runner. So we see Smith out and Callaway standing at first.
Let's see if Smith tests these guys again, just like we saw last time around.
1-1 count to Bryson Hodge. Shoots that foul. Hodge is 2 for 2. It's the 1-2.
Yep.
Did he go? He did. Now 2 down. A little bit of a half swing from Hodge, but he goes down on strikes, and there's now 2 down. Right down the middle for a strike. Comes the 0-1. Oh, he's throwing over another guy in a rundown. This time, once again, this ball goes into the outfield.
It was a great stop there by the second baseman to save himself and the rest of his team from any more problems.
Yeah, that ball looked like it was going to be disaster once again, but Callaway still standing at second base. Excuse me, that's actually not Callaway. But the numbers are missing from our roster. Excuse that one, foul.
I believe that's Raby, 91.
You're right, that is Raby. So Brody Raby's at second base. Uh-oh, takes off. Raby's on his way into third. Ball skips away from the third baseman, so Brody Raby is standing at third base with a winning run. See Brody Raby cause some disaster here on the base pass.
We've seen Taylor Jones step up to the moment a couple of times already in this game. Let's see what he can do here. Maybe give his team the lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
Taylor Jones 1 for 2. 1-2, shoots that one foul. We've seen some aggressiveness pay off on the base pass for Birmingham Stars, and they have the winning run. Standing at third base in the form of Brody Raby. Chance with Taylor Jones at the plate to cash in and get this victory. Comes the 1-2. Make it 2-2. Dillard delivers. Got him.
Great pitch on the outside.
Yeah, strands the runner at third base. Nice job from Dillard to leave Raby standing at second base and had Taylor just frozen. 4-4 game in the bottom of the 6th. See if we're going to continue on here, if that's going to be it. That's going to be it. We're going to have a tie ball game, our first tie of any of these game of the days that we've done. Nice game there from Birmingham Stars and East Cobb Astros. We saw Birmingham Stars race out to a 3-0 lead. East Cobb Astros respond. They go up 4-3, and then Birmingham Stars just got creative and aggressive on the base pass, Grayson, and they were able to tie this thing up. And it was a fantastic game. It certainly has some ebbs and flows. We thought it was going to look like it was going to be a strong pitching matchup, and then the offenses kind of took things over as we went along.
Yeah, it was super interesting to watch this game all the way through, and now it culminates in a tie, which just kind of ties a bow on top of just what a crazy game it was. We saw, like you said, some great pitching, some great hitting moments as well from these teams. So I think both these teams have a lot of things to like coming out of this game, but, yeah, no winner in this one.
All right, we're going to be back with more. We're going to talk player of the game when we come back. 4-4 game, East Cobb Astros, Birmingham Stars. This has been the game of the day from LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Next. Next. Stop.
You got it?
No. Keep going.
Again.
Next. Next.
If you don't pick one.
Oh, you have time. Am I keeping you from your job? Next. I don't even know where I am anymore. Stop.
Do we finally have it?
Let's go back to the beginning.
Are you
Your
joking?
electric future customized. The fully electric Audi Q4 e-tron.
Making every second count. That is how I live. And this is how I hydrate. Body Armor Sport Water. Water for the athlete in all of us.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again?
Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
First one I picked up, I just liked it the best. And like I said, I tried a lot of different companies, a lot of different models, and I fell in love with Old Hickory for sure.
Back here from LakePoint Sports, this has been our game of the day from the May Slugfest, a 4-4 tie between East Cobb Astros and Birmingham Stars. Cory McCartney along with Grayson, Rosen, and Grayson in a 4-4 tie. I mean, we could have gone either way for our player of the games. First, I want to say hats off to Preston Bottoms from East Cobb Astros, 2 for 3 with a triple and an RBI. He was big for that East Cobb Astros lineup, coming back and making a game out of this. But we're going with Hudson Oliver from Birmingham Stars. He ends up with 3 hits, including an RBI double in the third, 2 singles, a stolen base. The Gunnerville High School 2028 just absolutely showed out for Birmingham Stars today.
Yeah, Hudson Oliver was killing it. He was the only player on his team to record a hit in those first 2 innings of work from Kelby Barnett. He looked great then, capped off that great 3-run rally with the the RBI double in the third, and then tacked on another single later in the game. He looked great, showing off the hit tool a lot.
Going back to Preston Bottoms a little bit, I don't want what he did to get kind of overshadowed, because I thought he was huge in East Cobb Astros even making a game of this. They were down 3-0. They pull ahead 4-3, a position where Birmingham Stars had to fight back to pull this thing out as in a tie. But Bottoms was huge for the Astros today,
Definitely. Got the first run on the board for the team off that sac fly from Akopov, and then kind of kept it going, came back up, got back on base, and tried to put something together.
Well, we end up with a tie ball game, but your player of the game is Hudson Oliver for Birmingham Stars. So just a great game. Again, kind of had its ebbs and flows. We thought it was going to be a pitching matchup, and it ends up being an offensive showcase later on. And we wind up with a 4-4 tie. So appreciate the work behind the scenes of producer Mason Monroe. That's been Grayson, Rosen, and also appreciate Todd Green from the TG Dbacks joining us as well earlier in the game. So Avery Hunt, hope you had safe travels on your way back from Utah, and we will see him next week, hopefully along with you as we continue with our Game of the Week coverages. So we'll make sure to join us, find us across all the LakePoint Sports social media channels. Until then, we will see you all next time.